Hello, Terry here to talk about Daredevil episode 9. Full spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, get out of here, come back when you have, because this episode had another crazy awesome hallway scene. There was a lot of stuff going on in the prison in this episode that was really important to the Punisher's arc and to Wilson Fisk, who we just saw teased in the previous episode. I almost said last week, probably last minute for many of you. But I thought that it was really neat. I mean, they talked a little bit earlier in the season about how the big stairway fight in episode 3, which was bananas, was like the big sort of hallway scene topper for this season. But I was really excited once I saw what was picking up with the Punisher's fight in the prison cell hallway, and how that really felt like a compliment to what we saw last year with Daredevil in his own hallway fight scene. The big difference, obviously, is that the Punisher is taking people down and Daredevil does not kill, which has sort of been a repeated point of contention for him this season. This was like a really impressive and honestly like horrifying scene. This had a lot more gore than a lot of other parts of these episodes have had. And obviously, we get that blood drip, the bloody imprint of the skull on Frank Castle's chest right before he's dragged away by the security in the prison, which is our nod to his Skull Punisher t-shirt, which I am very curious to see if we actually get that this season. It's very much an iconic part of his look, but it might be a little bit too winky for what Daredevil and like the dark and gritty Marvel Netflix shows are doing. So this might be our only glimpse of that. But yeah, it really is interesting to be able to draw these parallels between these two vigilantes, which is what this season keeps asking us to do. And just even to see Frank Castle's completely bloody face after he's finished killing all these people is pretty... It's pretty brutal. I was a little surprised that he was so quickly taken into Fisk's scheme, which to me, it was very obvious that Fisk was just trying to manipulate him. And I'm a little interested to see where they end Frank Castle's mental state, because this whole season, I'm like, he's pretty crazy, and for him to so easily just be drawn into Fisk's plan because he wants these answers and he wants this justice seemed a little naive to me. But obviously these two men are on more equal footing than Wilson Fisk might want to admit, and we see Frank Castle get out at the end. So I'm sure more bloody fights are in our future. So that's what I thought about this episode and this big fight scene. Were you as impressed by it as I was? Were there other big moments in this episode that were your favorites? Let us know in the comments below, and for all things Daredevil, keep it here at IGN.